Okay, so we are starting our podcast. This is episode 1. I admittedly am a little bit nervous, but you can never achieve anything without getting started. What's that saying? The road of 1,000 steps started with one step.
Or in Star Wars, every journey, every saga has the first step.
That's right. And so this is the beginning of our 1,000-step journey, or in what you mentioned, the Star Wars context, the beginning of a saga. So that is exciting. And, I
think we need to introduce ourselves.
We should introduce ourselves.
I would say that.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to go first?
What up? It's M-Dog here. Whoop, whoop. Coming to you live from the Big D. And Gigglebox over there is my fiance.
You called me Gigabytes?
Gigglebox.
Well, all right. So you don't think that maybe you should try that again?
No, you don't like M-Dog? Trying to use something, M-Dog.
All right.
Coming live from the Big D.
Well, babe, if you are good with that introduction.
My name is Matthew Nave. I am the hillbilly part of this equation.
And my name is Sarah Pujols. I'm going to become Sarah Nave pretty soon. And I am the Yankee part of this equation. So I guess we can talk about why you're a hillbilly and I'm a Yankee. You want to go first, babe?
Well, I'm a hillbilly because I was born in Georgia.
They'll be able to tell by your accent.
You can tell from my accent. You can't hide smarts, and that's what I got. But no, I'm a hillbilly. Found my way to Dallas through Wyoming, so that's a long story. We'll cover that another day. But I will tell you, Wyoming's cold. So if you want to know, it's very cold. And
But you were born and raised in
Georgia.
In Georgia, what part of Georgia?
North Georgia. Go Dogs.
North Georgia, in you said Kensington, right? That's the area.
I don't tell everybody what I am. You're telling the whole world where I come from.
That's not a good thing.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm private.
What? So are they gonna go to Kensington and hunt you down?
They
or something?
Oh, I was being a little more M-Dog from the Big D.
What is the Big D? Dallas, right? Okay.
Well, people know what the Big D is.
Okay. Well, is that a sufficient introduction for you? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm very private.
Very private, babe? All right. Well, you know that being private and then attempting to have a blog on the internet, it kind of...
Baby steps.
Baby steps?
Baby steps.
Okay. I was going to say, it kind of contradicts itself a little bit.
Baby steps.
Okay, baby. I respect that. So, my name is Sarah Pujols, and I'm originally from Union City, New Jersey, which is 10 minutes away from Manhattan. I grew up there starting at the age of 8. Prior to that, I was in Arlington, Virginia, so always East Coast, always north, even though Virginia is considered south, right? But probably not Arlington, because Arlington is right outside of D.C. Yeah. So, I mean, even if that is considered south, that part wouldn't be, I don't think. But yeah, I grew up most of my life in Union City, New Jersey, and so that is why I am the Yankee of this equation. I've traveled a bit. I've lived in different places on the East Coast, and I made it to Dallas as a result of a death in the family, which I'll probably talk about at another time. But yes, so that is what makes us the hillbilly and Yankee. And we also say in our tagline that we're madly in love.
Yes.
Which we are.
We are.
And I remember I saw this short on YouTube by this girl. I forget her name now. I need to pay more attention. I like her channel, but I just don't really pay attention to details like people's names and stuff. But she has a Christian channel, and she had a short where she was saying, I'm a Christian girl. Of course I'm going to fall in love and be married all in within a month. And so that's not how fast we went, but essentially we kind of
We're
did
pretty
go
fast.
there.
We're pretty
Yeah,
fast.
we went pretty fast.
God was in it. God was in it. We actually met online.
Yes.
Yeah.
eHarmony.
eHarmony. Shout out eHarmony.
Shout out
We're
to
waiting on
eHarmony.
that check from them because we're giving them a shout out here.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be ready to write us a check.
So, Mr. eHarmony CEO, we're waiting on that check. But we met on eHarmony. It was God all the way. I had signed up for eHarmony when I moved to Dallas in January because I had moved from Wyoming where there's like 2 women per in a 70-mile radius. So I come down here and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get me some women, And so I got on the eHarmony thing and that did not go well. I got rejected a few times and never got any other thing. A couple times, so I said that's enough with the eHarmony. So I deleted it and I didn't think about it again until I actually it was like August. I got back on the eHarmony and said, why not? And the first picture I saw was my little Yankee here, Sarah.
Which is really amazing. And you did touch on God, which touches on the portion of our tagline saying Christian, the very first thing that we put on our tagline, which is something that we look forward to conversing more deeply about. But yeah, I agree. God was completely in it. My experience was a little bit different. I hadn't been on a dating app for years, and for a while, I would say for the last 2.5 years, had committed to not being on one. But one day, I kind of felt I don't know, like God telling me, and I don't mean in any crazy way, like I wasn't hearing him or anything like that, but just kind of in my heart feeling like I needed to make a move and not really sure what type of move to make. And what I mean by move is like a move in the direction of romance. I knew that I wasn't going to go to the club. I knew I wasn't going to do these other things that I hear about. So I was just kind of on my phone looking around, and eHarmony came up, and I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'll take a chance. I prayed about it. I felt peace with that decision. And when I went in there and I saw how much money it cost, I was like, wow, okay, well, that gave me a little bit of hope because I figured it's not just anyone that's going to be coming in here and paying. And don't get me wrong, I know all types of characters and personalities will be willing to pay a lot of money for all types of stuff. But I felt like, hey, if I'm going to meet a quality person, my chances would increase within a site where you have to pay that much money because it's not cheap. And I think within a week and a half, I saw Matthew's profile. I was very much attracted to a picture where he did look hillbilly-ish to me. And although I am a Yankee, I'm fascinated by Southern culture. I've always thought of myself living in the South. I lived in North Carolina, South Carolina, and for a while. So I love the culture. I always pictured myself wanting to be in the country, but just didn't know how it would ever happen. So when I saw his picture and he kind of had that look, I was like, man, I think this would be a good thing. He had sent me a smiley face. I responded, and then we met on a Friday, and the rest is history. He told me he loved me after a week, which I was very excited about. And then he proposed to me 3 weeks later.
Yep.
So even though we're not married yet, I think I do very much fall into the description that girl was talking about in the short. It's like, I'm a Christian girl. Of course, all these things are going to happen quickly. So definitely God was in it. Another thing that I think is probably important for us to say, or that I feel comfortable saying, is that I'm 41. We met a few weeks before my 41st birthday. Mm-hmm. And are you comfortable saying your age, babe?
I'm old.
You're old?
I'm old.
You don't want to say your
I'm
age?
40. What am I? 43. 43. I am 43.
Yes.
Years young.
Yes, years young. So
It hit me the other day how older I am than I used to be when I thought that the early 2000s was 5 years ago.
oh my goodness, yeah. When you were we were watching that football game.
Yeah, and I was telling you about the quarterback used to play in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and I was like, well, how long ago was that? Because that dude looked older.
It seems like 5 years ago.
So yeah, we're definitely in the same stage of life, and you know,
Old.
yeah, we're like the younger of the older. What was it that you said the other day?
At our church, we're the youngest of the old people, or the
Yeah.
oldest of the young people.
There we go. We're the oldest of the young people and the youngest of the old people. So we're definitely at that stage in life. And I'm just so grateful to God for bringing us together. I have absolutely no doubt that Matthew is my Boaz.
No.
If you don't know who that is, it's referring to a gentleman in the Bible that's in the book of Ruth. It's a great book that I would definitely love to discuss more at another time. But yes, this is who we are, and this
is what we do.
This is our attempt to, we both had some crazy lives. We have seen the work of God in our lives, and we pray that this be something that glorifies Jesus Christ first and foremost. And yep, that is who we are. I think that's good for our first
I think it's
episode.
good. I think we did good.
You think? Okay.
Peace out.
You said peace out.
Word to your mother.
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.